A former Wesley Medical Center employee who stole human body parts and then sold them is sentenced to prison.
Angelo Pereira will spend the next 18 months in prison. He pleaded guilty to interstate transport of stolen human remains and body parts. He admitted that between 2018 and 2022, he stole human remains and body parts from Wesley while he was employed as a pathology assistant. Some of the remains he stole came from dead individuals, others from living patients. He also stole the corpse of a miscarried and stillborn fetus before they could be properly buried. He sold them to a Pennsylvania man who is still awaiting his sentence. The Wichita